In this video, I'm going to be talking about bike packing equipment. So if you're new to bike packing or you just want some ideas for your next bike packing trip, this is the video for you. By far the most versatile lightweight option is a tarp. In most cases, a tarp is going to be lighter, smaller and more versatile than a tent. There's many different sizes to choose from, but a 3 by 3 metre tarp is the best option in my opinion. It's big enough to offer the versatility to build many different configurations, giving you ample space and protection for you and your kit, while packing down into a small volume. I particularly like the tarp tent construction, but this does require a support of some kind, which you either have to carry or alternatively improvise on your location. This tarp cost around £35 and it weighs in at 790 grams. Now to sleeping. I have several sleeping bags with different fill materials, but this down-filled bag from Mountain Warehouse is by far the smallest and lightest bag I possess. It's ideal for bike packing. Just look at the size of it, it's tiny. This is a 3-season bag, keeping warm down to a temperature of 2 degrees Celsius, but it has an emergency extreme temperature rating of -12. It's a mummy style bag with a hood, it's comfy, it's cosy, and you can pick it up for around £80. It weighs 640 grams. Continuing with sleeping, I recommend taking a Bivvy bag. This is a military grade British Army Bivvy bag made from breathable Gore-Tex. It's 100% waterproof. It adds another layer of insulation protecting the outside of your sleeping bag from the elements, and if you want, it can be used without putting up any shelter, offering a more speedy option to getting your head down. You can pick them up from army surplus stores or online from between £20 to £45. It weighs 500 grams. This next item might seem a bit of a luxury, but why not? It's a sleeping bag liner. It provides an extra layer of insulation, increasing the warmth and comfort of your sleeping bag. But more importantly, the liner is going to protect the inside of your sleeping bag from your dirty legs, especially on a wild camp. It's machine washable, just chuck it in the washer when you get home and bingo, it's going to prolong the life of your expensive sleeping bag by keeping it clean. This one is a polycotton mix. It cost me a tenner off eBay and weighs 300 grams. Finally, on the sleeping front, I take a mat. If you want to avoid a stiff back in the morning, you're going to want to invest in a good quality one. I've gone for a THERM-A-REST Pro Plus in size large. It's a self-inflating mat and it has a really good R factor. That's the insulation score. It's comfortable and, importantly, very quiet, meaning it doesn't rustle or squeak when you move on it, and therefore it's not going to disturb you during your sleep. The only downside is the relative bulk. It doesn't pack down much more than this, but for me its bulk is outweighed by the sleep quality it provides. This one knocked me back 50 quid and weighs 766 grams. To carry all my stuff, I use these bike bags. Here are my 4 primary bike bags: a handlebar bag, a half frame bag, a crossbar bag and a saddle bag. These bags mount to virtually any bike with Velcro style attachments. No need for special bike mounts or tools. I use a selection of stuff sacks for additional water resistance. The combined price was about £55 with a total weight of just over 1 kilo. Now for some miscellaneous equipment. A knife is perhaps the most important tool you should carry for wild camping. I carry at least 2. This is an inexpensive Mora outdoor knife. It has an 11cm fixed blade made in Scanvic stainless steel, ideal for wood processing, whittling, tent pegs, cutting cord and loads of other jobs. It cost me around £15 and it weighs 116 grams, including its scabbard. I also take a pocket knife. This is a Swiss Army style folding knife. It's also a useful multi-tool. This one was given to me and it weighs 60 grams. For personal hygiene, I take a microfiber towel. It's light, small and dries really fast, and it weighs 300 grams. Next, I recommend taking at least 1 torch. A head torch is preferable, but remember to take spare batteries. This weighs about 300 grams with batteries. Now let's look at cooking. you need a heat source and cooking pots. I take a collapsible wood burning stove like this one. The advantage is it avoids the need to carry weighty fuel. Once assembled, it safely burns locally resourced combustibles in a contained area, avoiding the need for a big campfire, and provides a versatile and stable cooking platform. It does, however, depend on your ability to find dry things to burn. This one is made from stainless steel and it comes in a handy carry envelope. It packs flat, costs around £15 and it weighs 400 grams. Additionally, I carry a spirit stove. This is a lightweight alternative to the wood burning stove. It's available for immediate use. It's compact, small and effective. When full of methylated spirits, this stove will burn for about half an hour and easily boils a half litre of water in just a few minutes. It comes with a flame suppressor and a windshield. It costs £20 and weighs 260 grams. My preferred cooking mugs are these made by Tomshoo. I bought these as a set. Both have lids, handles and hanging arms. The first has a 750 centilitre capacity and the smaller one, which nests neatly inside the big one when travelling, holds 450. Made in titanium, they are very light. Additionally, you get a useful titanium spork when you buy it as a set. These are a quality item which come at a price. The set costs £30 and weighs 260 grams. Some more additional miscellaneous equipment. Don't forget a puncture kit, bike computer, padlock pump and a selection of utility straps. Paracord and bungees. The total price approximately £50 and weighs 950 grams. Here's the full itinerary, weighing in at 6.712 kilograms, with an approximate budget expenditure of around £360. There you have it, my basic essential kit for planning a bike packing overnight wild camp. Here it is, packed and mounted on my Canyon Exceed mountain bike, which weighs 11 kilograms, giving a grand total weight of just under 18 kilograms. That's not bad. I hope you liked this video and you found it useful. If you want to see me putting this equipment to the test, then don't forget you can click on the link above and you can watch that video. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, happy riding.